Hello all, and welcome to the zoo.
Why am I here?
Minions of the Zoo is a lovable ragtag group of misfits that sprang up initially as a fan group to Ranting Monkey, Scribelite, Some Dumb American, and their joint Lords of the Night livestream show. Late night discussions in Discord quickly evolved into streams of their own, with each member bringing something new and different to the table for discussion. Led by the incomparable Reject PPC and the One-Ton Hammer, the group rotates hosts known as Zookeepers.
Hello everybody and welcome to Minions of the Zoo. I am your host for this evening, One-Ton Hammer.
I will be your Zookeeper tonight, Reject.
Alright, and welcome to the zoo. I am the Lucky Pop-Tart
Inquisitor, Sanguine.
Skep, Tock.
I'm Prospero.
Cassie.
And I'm Delahazed.
Regular streamers, they're known as minions, and special guests are known as traveling exhibits. They're on a nightly basis, so that each show has something unique and fresh for our audience. Minions of the Zoo currently streams at 10:30 Central Standard, 11:30 Eastern Standard Time.
So if you're not at work today or you're working from home, you may be wondering, what day is it? Todd has the answer for us.
It's Monday.
Let's be xenophobic. It's really in this year. Let's find a nasty, slimy, ugly alien to fear. There's no more cutesy stories about E.T. phoning home. Let's learn to love our neighbors like the Christians learned in Rome. We know we ought to hate them. They're different, you see. We've seen they're mean and ugly on movies and TV. The folks that ought to know have told us how it's got to be. The gospel truth is found in scenes from Alien and V. Let's wipe out any life form that seems to be a threat. We'll serve them up a genocide they never will forget. 'Cause if we miss a couple, they'll breed a couple more. And soon we'll all be hating twice as many as before. You see, aliens can never be as good as humankind. A more delightful race than us you'll never ever find. So step aside, you star slime, we're ready for your worst. We know you want to beat us, enslave us and defeat us, oppress us and browbeat us unless we get you first.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the zoo. I'm your Zookeeper for tonight, Inquisitor. Minions joining me are Mr. Adam.
How's it going?
And Eeyore.
Good evening, everyone.
Hello. So, before we were going live, I was talking about some stuff. There was Adepticon this last weekend, which was kind of cool. We'll talk about that in a second. But one of the things that I was talking to Eeyore about it was that I got a bunch of things at Adepticon to trade with a buddy of mine. He's been on Minions before. You might remember him, SCP 173. And one of the things he's gonna he's currently stripping all the paint off of to give to me is a fire prism battle tank for the Eldar. The problem is I'm not sure if I want a fire prism or if I want a falcon, and I'll tell you why. Because one of the things that I picked up while I was at Adepticon this weekend was a whole unit of these guys.
You're referring to the fire dragons you posted, right?
Yes, I have I have 4 and an Exarch fire dragons. And one of the things that the Falcon does is it allows you to deep strike first turn and disembark the troops that are currently embarked inside the transport. And I can do that with both my fire dragons and my howling banshees if I have 2 falcons.
And that is greatly helped because you don't have to compete for your very few heavy support slots because of one of the best changes to the Eldar. Wraith Lords are elites.
Mm-hmm. And I say my whole thing, my major thing about doing that by going and getting the Falcon is the fact that I can in first turn figure out exactly where I want my Howling Banshees to go to do the most possible damage, and then I can figure out where I want my Fire Dragons to go to slag a tank, and I can do all that in first turn.
And in the absence of tanks, you can just find some piece of heavy infantry or some other elite thing to screw over.
Uh-huh. And no one does it better than Fire Dragons. And the best part about it is that in addition to all of that as well, I also have a bigger than minimum size unit of Warp Spiders. And Warp Spiders are one of the things that I'm going to enjoy the most out of with the new rule changes. Because I'm going to, deep strike them in on second turn. I'm not going to put them 9 inches away because I don't want my Warp Spiders in close combat. Now you're going to sit there and say, hey, Quiz, but next turn, whatever you deep strike next to will be able to run up and charge your Warp Spiders, right? And shut down the fact that they have their weapons are blast. To which I will say, but Warp Spiders have an ability called Flicker Jump, where if I deep strike in 12 inches away, I can fire all of my Death Spinners. Most units in the game have, at best, infantry units have at best a move of 6, and they can't advance and charge. Not a whole lot of things can advance and charge. So at best they will get 6 inches, and then they will get 6 inches. They will only need a 6-inch charge to charge my Warp Spiders to shut down my blast weapons, right? No. Warp Spiders have an ability called Flicker Jump. Instead of shooting Overwatch or setting to defend, I can then move an additional 6 inches. Go ahead, make your 12-inch charge.
Can they? No, they can't deep strike and then use battle focus on the same turn, can they?
I don't think there's anything that prevents you from doing that.
That it's a lot more than a 12-inch charge, buddy.
Yep.
Because don't those things get 2d6 on their battle focus as well?
Yes, they do. Not only that, is that also if you spend an additional only 15 points on the Exarch, you can get an Exarch power called Web of Deceit. When I do my battle focus move, I don't roll any dice. I pick the unit up and re-deep strike them.
Once per battle or just go?
It's once per battle.
Right. I thought a just go ability like that would be a bit much.
It would be. And my roommate and I were actually devising a 1,500 point list to face each other, and I took my Warp Spiders, and guess what ability I gave them?
Of course. Shred some Termagants and then run away.
Oh no, he plays Chaos.
Oh, wrong buddy.
Yeah. And what was that you were about to say there, Adam?
I was going to ask you what that con was that you were talking about.
Oh, it's called Adepticon. It's mainly for Warhammer, but they do all kinds of tabletop games.
Where was it held at?
Schaumburg. The Renaissance in Schaumburg.
Oh shit, okay.
Yeah. And I say you don't need a badge to go in there to go to the bit sellers, which is what my roommate and I did.
What do you mean? Like you didn't have to buy a ticket or something?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Was there a lot of people there?
Oh yeah, it was packed. I say it's the first time Adepticon has been held since the pandemic. So yeah, it was packed. And there was a whole bunch of people there too. Nick Baton of the Warhammer community fame. He was there. I think there was a couple of other people there too.
2 wounds, CSM high.
Yeah, two wounds for Chaos Space Marines and Imperial Knights and Chaos Knights were all revealed at Adepticon.
Leaving just 2 codexes left.
Guard and
Demons. And at this point, you're jaded enough to say that the demons are going to be after the knights.
Oh, they will.
Oh wait, CSM demons. Thank God.
Yes. It's Chaos Space Marines, Demons, and Guard will be dead last sometime in fucking the fall. Hell, well, we'll get Codex World Eaters before the Guard.
Unless the rumor engine is showing anger on previews, I don't think we're getting Codex World Eaters.
I think we are. I think we'll get Codex World Eaters this year. And I'm jaded enough to think that it'll happen before the Guard as well.
Well, logically speaking, it would be part of a big CSM summer sort of deal. Well, Chaos Summer, I guess demons can be shoved in there too.
So they said last year when they were talking about all of the reveals for this year that 2022 would be the year of chaos, and it's taken them this long to release any real substantial stuff for chaos. They released what, 1,000 Suns, and that was it so far. Because Death Guard was last year.
The 1,000 Suns full release was tail end of last year, I believe.
Was it? If that's the case, then yeah, the year of chaos, and yet there still hasn't been a chaos release until now. So
2 wounds, CSM, and Chaos Knights.
Yep. Well, we'll see what the rest of the Chaos Codex is going to have in store.
Codex says there's going to be like 3 of them.
I meant specifically for Space Marines. Although I've heard a bunch of really interesting rumors, especially on the GW or the community site, that Knights are going to have weapons on par with, at the very least, the Tau Railgun. And if that's the case, I want to know how they're changing the Avenger autocannon, or the Avenger Gatling cannon. Because, holy shit.
I have similar... aspirations about the rapid fire battle cannon, and I don't even think aspiration is the right word.
I'll say this, I'm not sure the rapid fire battle cannon is gonna get to be like something crazy good. It'll probably just follow suit with all the other things that that have battle cannons that have come out. So it's going to be flat 3 damage, minus 2 AP, strength 8, but it'll have double the number of shots.
I'll take double shots.
Yeah. I mean, technically speaking, that is what it is now. It's just that right now it's only D3 damage and not flat 3 damage.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd say one of the major reasons why the Guard are in such a bad position right now is, number one, the Lehman Russ's boo-boo all gone fixes are just, not enough. And shutting down a Lehman Russ by charging it is entirely too effective. So what they need to do is they need to do something that allows the guard to get around the fact that you're shutting down most of the tank's weapons by charging it.
Make guard vehicles capable of falling back and shooting at a -1 to hit penalty? Question mark.
I could take that. That would be worth. That'd be worth it. Hitting on 5s, but yeah.
It's that or your battle cannon's completely shut down. Your pick.
Well, it's not just the battle cannon either. Remember, plasma cannons are also blast. So if you're a Las-Plas Lehman Russ, then yeah, you're kind of fucked.
Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, one of my Russes is set up Las-Plas.
Yep, I've got 2.
What I'm most curious about is what they're going to do to the Demolisher cannon. Because I don't think D3 plus 3 damage will be enough.
No.
No, not on the Demolisher, the Vanquisher, my mistake.
Yeah. No, the Vanquisher needs to be something like the Railgun. Just period. It needs to deny invulnerable saves, it needs to have like a -5 AP, and deal a number of mortal wounds in addition to normal damage. That's the only way that the Vanquisher will be worth it. Otherwise, the Vanquisher is and always will be a pile of garbage.
Do you see a lot of people using them?
No one uses a Vanquisher ever.
Is it because of those issues?
Yes, it is. It's a las cannon, only worse. It's terrible. It is one of the worst guns in the game.
I'd say something like AP4 ignores invulns and then D3 plus 6.
Give it mortal wounds too. Maybe.
All right,
like
D3 plus 3 and deals D3 mortals.
I was gonna say, or have it be D3 plus 6 and 6s to wound, deal D3 mortals.
Or deal their damage as mortals.
That could work too. I'd say the major thing about that kind of stuff, the mortal wounds and stuff. And I'd say, which is another thing that I've heard is majorly concerning. The Valiant went from like being one of the best single target vehicle weapons with the Thundercoil Harpoon to one of the best infantry clearers. It's a single shot, 2+ to hit, deals 10 mortals.
Goodbye, infantry squad.
Right? And say all you gotta do is sit there and say because normally the only way to work the Thundercoil Harpoon was to do something that dealt normal damage to a vehicle, because it focused all the damage on the vehicle by dint of being damage. But now, since it deals mortal and mortal wounds wrap, then yeah, you can sit there and just 2+ to hit, goodbye entire intercessor squad that you combat squatted.
But Space Marines are supposed to be OP. What? Why could I just... No!
That's all I gotta say, man. Is say that's one of the big things right now. I'm not sure if that's gonna stick around, because that's what the leak currently from the Knight playtest codex is. But at the same time, I'm not sure if that would go away, because guess what is the one Knight that almost no one buys?
Well, I'm pretty sure there's quite a few Castellans, and isn't it the same kit?
No, they're completely different kits. It's weird, I know.
Fair enough.
it's the same chassis, but no, it's a completely different kit. Yeah, no, the Valiant, no one buys the Valiant ever. So yeah, them doing that'd definitely get people to buy the Valiant.
Yes, because it's become a purpose-built close-in chaff clearer.
Yep. I mean, and the thing about it is, doing 10 mortals doesn't mean that it can't deal ridiculous damage to tanks either. I mean, it's the I can't remember the name of the cannon, the Flamestorm cannon or something like that.
The conflagration cannon, I believe it's conflagration.
Conflagration cannon. Yeah, the conflagration cannon is it's nasty. I mean, it deals more than just one wound per damage. So yeah, it still could do some nasty damage to vehicles as well with the number of shots it can crank out. But now it's all like it can do pretty much everything with its shooting weapons, which before definitely wasn't the case.
Well, one thing it can't do is shoot across the board, but smaller board sizes have been a thing for years, so...
Well, to be fair, the Thundercoil Harpoon can shoot across the board. The conflagration...
Isn't it 24?
No! Hold on. I can look that up real quick. It's got a massive range.
I thought it was only like 18. No, I think it's 12.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, you're right. It is 12. Okay. No, the thing that's massive is the fucking strength. It's strength 16. So even against tanks, it wounds on a 2. Which...
Anything short of a Warlord Titan, it wounds on 2s.
Yeah. And a Reaver. Reavers are toughness 9.
Really?
Yeah, Reavers are toughness 9, Warlords are toughness 10. Only 2 models in the game to get toughness above 8. Other than
I think the Phantom also has 9.
That's it. I was going to say one of the Eldar Titans also has higher toughness.
But most people that buy those things are either massive whales or they bought it as a display piece, not as a game piece.
Yes. No one plays a Titan in a game of 40k. They play Titans in games of Apocalypse.
Oh, come on, there's got to be those fools who take a Warhound into a normal game of 40k.
Well, there's the retard that took a Warhound to a tournament at New Orleans. And lost horribly every single game.
Obviously, because even a couple hundred bolter shells will eventually bring that thing down.
Yep. Well, bolters need 6s to wound, so no, it wouldn't be bolters, but even
enough shots, dude.
No, that's the quantity is. I'm coming out and saying this right now, especially with the position that the guard are in. Everyone sits there and says, I can't remember who it's attributed to. Maybe Winston Churchill or something like that. The
quantity has a quality all its own.
Yeah. That is kind of the case circumstantially. Quantity does have a quality all of its own when you're shooting las guns at a Wraith Lord. Okay. Because Wraith Lords only have how many wounds?
Something on the order of a dozen?
Did Churchill say that after or before Gallipoli? Smart joke.
Jesus Christ, Adam. Piss off every Aussie and Kiwi in the audience.
Oh, I don't think we have any.
That and what are they going to do? I mean, they can't get rid of their gravity belts because otherwise they'll just, fly up into the sun.
Oh, shit. Terry's going to punish me like in The Simpsons. He's going to kick me right in the boot. Right in the butt. With the boot.
He's gonna kick you in the boot with a butt.
With a butt. Upside down, crazy fucking Australian.
But to answer your question, isn't it like a dozen T7 wounds on a Wraith Lord?
No, it's strength 7, but it's toughness 8.
Okay.
But yeah, no, like they're about a dozen, I think, if I remember correctly. It's not 40 40. Well, no, sorry, we're talking about a Titan, Warlord Titan, or Warhound Titan.
Warhoundy.
50 wounds.
At T8.
You can take down a Wraith Lord with 12 wounds pretty easily. Can't take down a Warhound Titan with 50 wounds with bolters.
Yeah. I'll do it with Combi Meltas being salamanders in turn 2.
I was gonna say, Combi Meltas would probably be able to do it.
Salamander, Combi Meltas.
You're not gonna be able to do very much with the bolter part of the Melta, but Combi Melta, but yeah, you can definitely do it with the Melta part of that Combi Melta.
Hits on 3s, wounds on 3s. Gets that extra 2 damage. No, wait. No. Too far away. Out of a drop pod.
Is there a way you can play Warhammer online? Because don't they do that with like Dungeons and Dragons and shit? Where you can...
Tabletop Simulator has a very active and very well built 40k mod.
Yeah, and say yeah, you can get Tabletop Simulator. They have a lot of armies well represented there. I don't think every army, but you know, who can expect every single fucking army? It'd be too much to expect. But yeah, they've got a lot, and it's fairly comprehensive with it. So, and then also,
would you two ever play?
Why? I say if he's coming for 4th of July, then we can play an actual game.
Sure, with my gray tanks.
That's fine.
My infantry are pretty much done. It's those 2 other Russes that I need to get around to.
You would actually bring them on a plane? Like, wouldn't that be? Well, I guess like carry-on or something.
Yeah, I'd probably do a weird carry-on setup similar to how I would do my laptop.
I was gonna say, yeah, Adam, he's not like me, man. He doesn't need to worry about bringing on like multiple cases to be able to...
I was gonna say, like, I was just imagining what your setup, and I'm sitting there like, good God, dude, you bring all that?
I bring all that on a road trip. I wouldn't bring all that on a fucking plane trip. I would have to, you know, condense stuff down and say, hey, man, don't expect a 2,000 point list.
Hey, you pick the right models, you can get 2,000 points.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, 2,000 points is what? In some cases, only a dozen models for some armies.
It depends. It depends on the army. If you go Knights and AdMech, then yeah, a dozen models is probably about 1,000 or 2,000 points.
Just a dozen from AdMech and Knights?
Yeah.
One Knight would be 500. And you see an additional 1,500 of AdMech?
Yeah.
In 1,500?
Well, I was gonna say you're forgetting the fact that you can take multiple Knights in multiple Knights of the Cog detachments. It's just that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like I can take my Castellan and my Warden in Knights of the Cog detachments, and then AdMech and the rest. I like the way these look. Black helms and white faces. I think that looks so cool for the Eldar.
Referring to Dark Reapers, right?
No, this is how I'm painting all of my Samhain. Instead of doing the codex standard of white helms and red faces, I'm going black helms and white faces.
Ah. Sorry, I'm playing Minecraft now, watching the stream.
Fucking Minecraft.
You're playing Minecraft?
Yes! You got a problem with Minecraft?
Yes.
Yeah. We don't take kindly to those kind here.
This is non-Minecraft country.
Yeah.
Done.
This is not Minecraft country.
Now, careful, Adam. We might get we might go to jail. You know.
Hold on. Put the bleach on him. Put the bleach.
Put the bleach on him. Grab the sub.
Actually,
At least that faggot's going to jail. Fuck that guy.
no, he got out.
He's already out pending appeals.
Oh God.
Yeah, he was in there for like a day, maybe 3, I think.
Close to a week, and he's out just for his appeals. Once those are done and none of them go through, he's back in.
Hopefully. We'll see if he finds another loophole.
No, he needs to stay in jail.
Oh shit. Did you see they're making a new Ghostbusters game?
Ghostbusters game? No.
Yeah, it's made by the people who did Friday the 13th and I think Evil Dead.
Oh, okay, cool.
The one pretty much it's kind of the same thing. It's 4 people are Ghostbusters, your new recruits type of thing, and you go in and I don't know if it's one or multiple people play as the ghosts and you face off against each other. It looks pretty cool.
Now, say, you know what game I kind of wanted to try, but I've never gotten around to it. Plus, I don't subscribe to the thing to be able to play multiplayer games on Switch, so the platform I would want to buy it on, I wouldn't be able to play multiplayer anyway, is the new G.I. Joe game.
What? There's a new G.I. Joe game.
Well, it's not new. It's been out for a little bit now, but it's called like Operation Cobra or something like that.
It's multiplayer?
Yeah, it's a bit like Overwatch meets G.I. Joe.
Oh. Shit, dude. You speaking of the Switch, damn it, I was talking about it in chat a little bit ago. There was a discount on Street Fighter the Anniversary collection, and I play Blaze Blue with Coco over there, and he picked up Street Fighter, so we were playing Street Fighter 3 the other night, and I was sitting there, I was like, yeah, dude, you're gonna get fucking quiz to pick this game up. I think he said it was only like $11, so I was like, oh shit.
Well, here's the thing. I'm perfectly fine, but I want physical. Do they sell it in physical?
Do they sell it? I don't know. I think they do.
If they sell it in physical, I'll buy it in physical. I don't even care if it's not for sale.
It's definitely worth picking up. Even if you don't play online, just having all those games on there.
Yeah, and I say the big one that we were puzzling though, remember at New Year's, was if the roster was the same on Third Strike.
No, Alpha 3.
Or Alpha 3, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, because you have the Dreamcast one.
Uh-huh.
And I think that has more characters.
Which is kind of weird, but okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Shit, yeah.
Because I'm definitely down for some Street Fighter. I fucking love Street Fighter. It's my favorite fighting game. Second is probably Guilty Gear. That's my other favorite.
I think that was another one. Oh yeah, no, never mind.
No shade on people who enjoy Blaze Blue. I just think that Guilty Gear is a better game.
Hey, I'll give it a try. If it's a fighting game, but
well, you played Guilty Gear X3rd, and I say I don't have Stride
yeah.
yet, though. I have Guilty Gear X1 for the Dreamcast, Japanese import.
Damn. And Dreamcast, you didn't need anything fancy for it to play
Japanese games?
Yeah.
No. Because I don't remember there being something. There might have been. You might have needed a boot disc for it.
Oh yeah, or like a. Oh, I know, because I was thinking the Saturn. The Saturn had that cartridge that you could plug in.
Oh yeah, and I have that. The expanded RAM cartridge and stuff. Oh yeah.
You guys ran off into Greek.
Old video gamers, my man. Old video games.
I'm sorry. Are you still digging for diamonds? Are you fighting creepers?
Shut.
Good one, Adam.
Hey, in all fairness, I did see some people build like replica cities and theme parks and stuff in that. So I guess it's cool. I mean, for like the split second, then you realize what the fuck you're looking at, and you're like, ugh.
The HoloLive girls went to a recreation of Bindi World in Minecraft.
What's Bindi World?
Bindi World, where you meet Bindi Mouse.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are you seriously that afraid of the mouse's lawyers?
Fuck the mouse. And fuck the mouse's lawyers. But I will call it that because I have no respect for them.
Fair enough.
Not up to the name.
I say, come on, Eeyore, you should know this. You should know this about me by now. If I have no respect for something, I will go out of my way to call it every name that it isn't, just to be a dick.
Yeah, it is true. You can be a spiteful bastard when you want to be.
Oh, I'm incredibly spiteful all the time. I like to think it's a character trait. And an endearing one, too.
As much as some people may disagree.
Is
I'm not
those people you?
No, I no.
Yeah, I like that. That looks so cool. Hell yeah. I need to figure out how to get down in like the recess areas though. But I like the combination of black and white. And I say the big problem is that white is like, especially a stark white, is so difficult to paint. So you know what I'm using to paint the white on this guy is actually a white ink.
Because that's a little bit easier to work with.
It's a lot easier to work with. It comes away with like this weird sort of sheen to it, but if you use it sparingly enough, you should be able to get the effect you want without having it look like, you know how like there's that sort of glare on a ballpoint pen if you you write something with it and you can see kind of like a reflective sort of finish to your writing on the paper.
The gloss effect that pen ink has, yeah.
Yeah, it kind of does that, but also kind of not. it's a flat color and it stays flat, but at the same time it gives it a sort of almost pearlescent look sometimes. It's difficult to work with, but overall, in my opinion, it's very rewarding. It looks really good. And I think this Warlock is coming out really, really well.
Yeah, I forget what they did with Warlocks. Aren't they elites that can be squatted now rather than HQs?
Okay, so for every Farseer you can take what is called a Seer Council, which is a single or all the way up to 4 Warlocks that don't take up a Force Organization chart choice. So, like if you have 2 Farseers, you can have 2 Seer Councils and take 2 Warlocks without taking up an Elite's choice.
Otherwise, they're 1 to 4 elite.
No, they're 1 to 6 elite.
Okay.
You can take them up into squads of 6. But I was having this this conversation with Functional the other day. My problem with doing that, with taking Warlocks in groups greater than 1, is the fact that you need to have 4 Warlocks in the squad to get to be a cast 2 deny 1. But if you're able to squeeze in multiple Warlocks in your unit and have Elite's choices left over, fuck it, leave them characters. Because here's the difference, right? If you have 4 Warlocks in a single choice, they're cast 2 deny 1. But if you have 4 individual Warlocks, if you have that many Elite's choices spare, then that's a cast 4 deny 4.
Do full conclaves give you any more than that extra cast?
Cast? No.
So they still smite normally even as individuals?
Yes. Yeah, that's one of the major changes that they did since 8th was gave Warlocks a full smite.
A lot of things that didn't have full smites now have full. A lot of things in 8th that did 1 mortal wound smites are now normal smites.
Well, no, because the big 2 that it's not applied to doesn't have a codex yet, and we're not getting one until the end of the fucking summer. Weird Vein Psychers and Astropaths.
Yeah, those are the only 2 left. There were 2 entire codexes that outside of their characters were only 1 mortal smites.
Yeah, Thousand Suns, Rubric, Sorcerers were depowered smites as well.
As well as the bulk of the Grey Knights.
Fuck the Grey Knights. I don't care.
Oi! You leave the...
I eventually want to have a Grey Knight force, but still, fuck the Grey Knights.
You leave the demon hunting scions of the Emperor alone.
They're not scions of the Emperor, they're scions of everyone, including the Emperor. Remember, Janus was one of the people that was that contributed gene seed to the Grey Knights, and he was an aspect of Magnus.
Are we gonna have a 30k history session here?
Well, that is true. One of the founding members of Grey Knights that contributed gene seed to the Grey Knights was a librarian called Janus, who was in fact an aspect of Magnus the Red after Magnus the Red was shattered when he died on Prospero.
The coalition of all the good that Magnus had.
Yes. Well, no, there were several of them. I think a couple of Grey Knight characters were that as well, but the big one that everyone remembers is Janus.
Oh, Magnus. Such a tragic character.
to you, Wolf Boy. You don't get to
Oi!
say shit. You don't get to say
Oi!
shit about my Primarch.
Hey, I like the. I can like the Space Wolves and still think what happened to. And still think that they did the Thousand Suns dirty.
Yes. And so, because of that, Midgardia burned. Now, if only we did a Defenris.
How heretical of you.
No, I just see it as justice. What else was happening in the Imperium Nihilus when that was going on? Oh yeah, the Blood Angels were kicking the Tyranids' ass.
As they should.
Yes.
And Ball becomes an even more dangerous hellhole.
Oh yes. I was say that's part of the rites of initiation now for young Space Marines is to find a roving pack of
Hormagaunts and take them down?
Yep.
Doesn't Dante know that the survival rate of something like that will be like 3%?
Yeah, those 3% become extremely hard and hail the Blood Angels, so.
Fair enough. I guess I shouldn't complain. On Fenris, there's living out in the tundra for 3 weeks. No food, no shelter.
Still love the fact that we can sit there and argue about the Blood Angels and Fenris, but it doesn't, or the Blood Angels and Space Wolves, but it doesn't matter. Guess where Fenris is? Imperium Nihilus. Bow before your fucking liege lord.
Yeah, you have to bring that up.
Every time.
And for those of you at home, that means his Blood Angel boy gets to order Lorgar Grimmain?
It's Logan Grimnar.
Right, thank you. Around all the time.
And that's a good thing or a bad thing?
Bad thing for the Space Wolves.
Yes, because we are loath to see a non-wolf command. But as far as the Warriors of the Imperium, you could easily do worse than Dante.
Yes. Dante.
Don't even say it.
Well, I was gonna say, yeah, you could go Logan Grimnar, or, you know.
What did I just say?
Or Bjorn the Fell-Handed, you know.
Oh, okay. Bjorn is... Logan is one thing. No.
Bjorn is the only living in massive sarcasm quotes Space Marine older than Dante, and yet Dante is still a better leader.
Now that goes beyond insulting.
I don't care.
Bjorn is the wisest living Space Marine around.
No.
How can you say no?
Because he's a Space Wolf. Wisdom and Space Wolf do not. That's like saying he's the brightest rock that's found on the ground. It's
You never give the wolves a break.
Only chapter that's maybe worse are the Ultramarines. And even then, that's a maybe. Because the Ultramarines have Captain Titus.
Who plays fast and loose with the Codex?
Yes, as everyone should. Yeah, you could sit there and say that I should have a lot more respect for the Space Wolves because they pretty much showed Gilliman their favorite finger when Gilliman required them to adopt the Codex Astartes. But at the same time, no, because Dorn tried that and look what happened to him.
Technical difficulties.
Huh?
I had a minor issue.
Oh, okay.
Technical.
Gotcha. It's looking so good. He's looking so good. I'm just wondering, should I paint anything like runes or anything like that on his armor or on his robes? I was thinking about painting the Cosmic Serpent on his back.
Cosmic Serpent being
Same
the
symbol.
Yeah.
That's the name of it. It's called the Cosmic Serpent. Because I know if Functional's watching, I know he doesn't play Samhain like exclusively, so he doesn't paint his Samhain exclusively. I do. I don't flip-flop between Samhain and Ulthway. I play just Samhain, which is the reason why all my guys are red. So.
Are they like different factions of the same army?
Yeah. They're like every army has different sub-factions, if that makes sense, Adam.
For example, the Necrons are split into their great dynasties.
Yeah.
There's the various orders of the Sisters of Battle, the various craft worlds.
The Eldar, yeah.
And I could continue with every single one.
Yeah, every army has that.
It's what you get out of it is a list of additional abilities.
Yeah.
Special rules, some stratagems, relics, a small list of warlord traits, and in some cases, specific characters.
Yeah. Yeah, say if I wanted to really cheese out the Eldar, I would be playing Tock.
A late talk. That's the one that does all the wraiths.
No, that's Ienden.
I'm sorry, I don't know my craft worlds that well.
Talk are the ones that do Rangers.
Right.
And the reason why is because one of the named characters, Illic Nightspear, is fucking retarded. He has a sniper rifle that does flat 3 damage, gets to reroll wounds against Necrons, and when it wounds on a 4+, it deals D3 mortal wounds in addition to normal damage. It doesn't need to roll a 6.
D3. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. The Nightspear is fucking nasty.
Clearly.
About the only character that may be worse might be Eldrad. And that's because with Eldrad and casting a certain psychic power, you can super smite on a 7.
D6 mortals on a 7.
Uh-huh. AKA the most common result among 2d6. And if you have that, I can't remember which number it is on the Strands of Fate, but if you've got the Strands of Fate dice, that allows you to replace one of your psychic test dice with the Strands of Fate dice, then yeah, there's literally no way that you're not super smiting.
Yeah, but that requires to be playing
Ulthway.
that specific craft world. Ulthway, you're right.
Yeah. But if you're playing things like taking lots of jet bikes and regular guardians, the best craft world to take is Ulthway. So.
Really?
Oh yes.
Oh, I would have thought it would be Bealtan.
No, Bealtan is actually, remember, in terms of the lore, Bealtan is mainly for aspect warriors.
Right. I just remember from the lore, Bealtan is the most militant of the craft worlds.
Yes, that's the reason why they have the most aspect warriors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right. Black Guardians.
Yep. Oh no. Spilled
Learn
some on
something
my
new
ink.
every day, eh? Oh no!
And it's not like my, I've got a huge fucking jar of this ink, so. And it's just a little tiny bit, just leaked out. That's all.
Don't tip it.
Oh no. That's not what happened.
Tipping your ink will make you cry.
Yeah. Well, I'd say the big difference between them is that this isn't in a dropper bottle or a pop top like GW inks. This is actually in it's got a turkey baster top, is what I like to call it. It's got a
like a little pump that allows you to draw the fluid out and then
yes,
put it into a pallet.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's real nice. It's really, really good. I really like this ink. A buddy of mine got it for me on Christmas for Christmas a couple of years back. And if I ever need to paint something stark white, I use it, and it's fantastic.
I bet.
I think I need to go through that again, but we'll do this first. It is after 8 as well, so we might be calling it quits here in a little tiny bit. But yeah, I think I made some pretty damn good progress on this Warlock.
Can we please have plastic orb spiders? That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, tell me about it. Well, I don't really need them anymore now that I have a whole unit of pewter ones. But
Well, fortunately for you, but
yeah, and say
there's people trying to get into that army.
Yeah. The major thing that I was disappointed I was only able to find one of at Adepticon was Pewter Rangers. After working with resin for Rangers, yeah, I want to replace all fucking 5 of these guys. And yeah, I know the plastic kits are better, the brand new plastic kits, but you know that also means paying retail. If I can get the pewter ones and resell, that would be way better.
In my view, it's a trade-off. Buying retail allows you to have a fixed price point, no need to negotiate, it is what it is, and there's some aspect of quality control and return policy if for whatever reason that quality control doesn't work out.
Well, that, and also it's always available. You know, I'm sitting here talking about the fact that I was only able to find one at Adepticon. That just goes to show that availability is not there for the older models, whereas it is for the new.
Yeah. But the big reason I want plastic warp spiders is because I find the the warp spider Exarch sculpt right now to be a little bit gaudy.
I love him. What do you have against him? He's great.
What I originally thought was a headdress, but turns out to be blades on his arms. It just looks weird.
He looks great. Seriously, he's one of my favorite Exarchs.
There's also the fact that there's no optional bits if you just want to make 5 without an Exarch.
Well, at least if you go for the fine cast that they currently have, yeah, you can't. That's the reason why you gotta go and find the pewter ones, because then you can just get...
And there's the next reason why I hate the current sculpts for the warp spiders.
Yeah.
The material.
That's why you go and get pewter at Adepticon. Yeah, they had a whole baggie full of the 4 and Exarch for only, I want to say, $35. But I didn't need an Exarch. I already had an Exarch, so you know when it came to that, I was just looking for regular warp spiders. And it was funny. I got home and I was looking through all the stuff that I bought, and I'm all like, oh shit! I forgot to put one of them away. So now I've got a grand total of 6 warp spiders, 5 in an Exarch, but that's okay because SCP is going to sell me 4 because I don't need the Exarch that he has. So that's a full squad. I have a full squad of 10 warp spiders coming my way.
Did you get a lot of stuff at the con?
I picked up. Let's see here. I picked up 5 warp spiders. I picked up 4 in an Exarch fire dragons. I got a single ranger. I got a plastic. It's missing its turret, but a plastic Viper for $20. God, was that it? I think that's it. And then I also bought a pewter Deceiver Catan, 2 pewter Gargoyle models, and 1 pewter Spore Mine, which is what I'm using to trade to SCP to get his Eldar minis.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Lumming Catans.
Yeah, I was gonna say Catans can be really fucking nasty. So
My issue with them is they're in the most competitive slot for Necrons.
yes, yeah, that's undoubted. Yeah, Elites is definitely pretty heavy for Catans, or for Necrons.
There's also the fact that I think they have explicit rules that they cannot be made untargetable, period.
Yeah, no, they can't be. But they can only take however many wounds per turn. Like 2 or 3 wounds per phase.
That doesn't exactly help, and they're also lightning rod models.
Yeah, but it requires focusing fire on shooting psychic and fight phases to kill them in 1 turn.
Meanwhile, the score effect destroyers in your backline are doing what they do best.
I hate Scorpex. I'm so glad that the orcs were updated so that I can, manhandle Scorpex now. Which is funny because the buddy of mine that used to shit-cack my orcs mysteriously doesn't want to play me anymore.
Gee, I wonder why.
Yeah. Like, he was sitting there just beating the shit out of me every single game. I never won a single game against his Necrons. And now, all of a sudden, he just doesn't want to play me. Weird.
There's another army that's been howling at me.
What? Orcs or Necrons?
Crons.
Necrons are cool. I think if I ever get to a point where I'm done with all of my current minis, which I think I could probably do, the next army that I would buy, like, you know, cold army, meaning something that I'm not adding to, just buying a brand new army, would probably be Necrons. And I would probably go Mephrit Dynasty to do something wildly different from the color schemes that I currently do, which is a lot of red and black. Mephrit is going to be mostly metal and orange.
Mm-hmm. Shooty Crons.
Hell yes. Big warrior blob, big immortal blob, nothing but Goss weapons, and watch the enemy melt. Even though I love Tesla weapons, especially with the Mephrit abilities, you know, getting within half range and having better AP, meaning actually having AP on a Tesla weapon, but at the same time, in terms of overall effectiveness, I'm not going to sit here and say that nothing but Tesla Immortals, which is what I really want to do, is going to ever win a game.
Yeah, the lack of AP on Tesla weapons really stings.
A hardy har. Oh, sorry. I thought you were attempting a pun. Can never tell with you, Eeyore.
For me in Crons, I'd probably go with Nihilak.
Nihilak, yeah.
And do a Vanguard detachment. The thing with Nihilak is all infantry get obsected. I'd basically use Flayed Ones as troops.
Yeah, that could work. Flayed Ones definitely got a massive boost by getting core.
Yes, access to all those fancy little buffs. And the fact that they shouldn't be underestimated, because how much can a full blob of Flayed Ones put out?
Not a lot, but the major problem, or the major Achilles heel of Flayed Ones, even if they deep strike, is the fact that they move so slow. So it's if the enemy is clever enough and spreads out enough, they can shut down Flayed Ones.
Hey, Eeyore. What did you do to W.R. Costin?
I don't know.
Because he says you're evil.
Well, I mean, Costin's not wrong.
Why do you side with that Canadian over this Canadian?
Oh, he's Canadian?
Yeah.
Dude, we got a lot of Canadians on the server.
Yes, we do.
Were you expecting there to be less?
Yes.
Kinda, yeah. I don't know how to sugarcoat that.
You guys did elect Trudeau twice. I mean, I'm just gonna say.
I don't want to talk about Trudeau.
It's understandable.
I'd be ashamed too.
There's shame, and then there's how I feel over the last little while.
At least you don't have Biden.
Hey, what are you talking about? Corn Pop is awesome.
Oh man, I can't wait till he starts talking about how he's gonna take Putin in the back. I'm gonna show him how to do a thing or two. He'll touch my leg hairs.
I'm gonna show him just like I showed Corn Pop.
I do have to advise that despite the fact that these jokes are incredibly funny, the Minions does not advocate for elder abuse.
I do.
This specific elder or elders in general?
In general.
Okay.
Hey, if they get in your way,
Right?
bam, zoom.
Straight to the moon?
Straight to the moon.
One of these days, Alice.
You know what I find interesting is it seems every weekend a giant asteroid is coming really close. Or they spot an asteroid that's flying closer than usual. And it's just like, dude, every weekend.
They have to sell their shock humor, shock news somehow. And besides, there's 2,500 asteroids with a non-0% chance of hitting the Earth sometime in the future, so...
Yep. Or sunspots.
Solar
So,
flare.
Yeah, solar flares. It's gonna knock out all the stuffs. And I don't know if most of the minions are boomers, cannibalistic wizard. I know I'm not a boomer.
Yeah, you're a millennial.
So
young folk.
wait, are you a boomer?
I wish I was.
He's a boomer in soul.
Only because I'm ashamed of my actual generation.
What are you, one of these, I don't even know what the fuck yeah, I don't know.
No, I'm a millennial.
Oh, what's wrong with being a millennial? Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Say. There's plenty wrong with being a millennial. That's
And
why
some
I
of
don't
it's
identify
actually
as one.
true.
That's why I don't identify as one. I say that if you look at the Wikipedia for millennials, there's a huge overlap between years. So both millennial and Gen X apply to me. So I say that I'm a Gen Xer. Fuck it.
Yeah, I thought we were Gen Xers. I don't know.
1984 is like, there's like I said, if you look at the Wikipedia, it'll say that 1984 is both millennial and Gen X if you look it up.
So we're bi Gen?
Well, I just sit there and say you can be whatever the fuck you want, and I'm choosing to say that I'm Gen X.
Yeah. Just like Revolution X.
Yeah.
Gotta go save Aerosmith.
Well, no, we can forget about that.
Okay. And throw CDs at people.
I'd be okay with that. I just don't want to, save Aerosmith because when Revolution X came out, they
I don't want to close my eyes.
They didn't do that song yet.
Oh man, wait, yeah, they didn't do that one yet.
You old folks and your music.
I hate that song with such a passion. Like I think there's very, very, very few songs that I hate more than that song. And that's saying quite a bit, because I hate most pop music.
Pop music is easy to hate.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I think this guy's pretty much done. I'll vacillate and figure out if I want to paint the Cosmic Serpent on him, but yeah, he's pretty much done. I think he came out pretty good.
Good enough for government work.
Yeah. I also do a gloss varnish on my Eldar so that they look all clean and shiny, even if they are dark and dingy. But yeah, I think he came out pretty good. So yeah.
Wait. Before we close out, I just gotta say, Hammer is one of the leaders, right? Him and Reject, or co-consul. And he posted this in Discord. He said, this is something that I'm proud of. Minions has a better Social Blade score than G4 TV.
Yeah, I remember him saying that.
Yeah, so congratulations, Minions. We are better than G4 TV.
Fuck yeah.
And I think we can all sleep easy tonight, knowing that we're doing good. We are doing good.
Yeah. I also see Kokonoe there said the Toho fighting game. Is that Phantasmagoria Flower Review? I can't remember what the name of the fighting game was, but I remember I downloaded it and I played the shit out of it because it was really fun.
What? No, don't give these people reasons to pester me with shit, dude. Come on.
Oh, dude, that's such a great fighting game, though. Although I had it on PC.
Is it one of those custom fighting games like the fucking Full House game?
Full House game? What?
Yeah, there's that fighting game engine. I want to say Mugen, but I don't think it's Mugen.
Yeah, no, it is Mugen.
Yeah, and somebody made a Full House fighting game.
Okay. I was only aware of that one. Okay, cool.
Oh, so you opened Pandora's jar.
No, I don't. I'd have to check it because I've got an external hard drive with all of the Dojin Toho games.
Comet Flower.
Yeah, Toho is pretty cool, Adam. The original games were curtain fire shooters and bullet hells. They're like the quintessential bullet hell. And then they also made fighting games out of them. A buddy of mine had the best description of Toho ever. It was, and I quote, "Lollies with godlike superpowers having tea parties."
Oh shit. So, yeah, I don't know if I want to download that game.
No, they're really fun. I'm not gonna lie. And they have really great music too. Toho is great. But anyway, we've been your Minions of the Zoo. Thank y'all for coming out, watching some paint dry. Me finishing up on my Warlock here. It's he's looking pretty good. Yeah. Hope immaterial and missing power. That was it. That's the one that I had. Anyway. Yeah, Zune can't draw. Yeah, Zune's not very good. But anyway, we've been your Minions. Thank y'all for coming out, watching some paint dry. Be sure to watch tomorrow where Skeptic is the host. And yeah, take care, everyone. See ya.
Night.
Night.